This video is about the solving equations using the quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula is given here, and you won't need to memorize it. However, there is a song that goes along with the quadratic formula that goes with the tune of Pop Goes the Weasel. If you do not want to hear me sing, you should mute your video for the next 5 seconds or so. So the song goes like this. X equals opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so the all over, the little pop of the Pop Goes the Weasel means, remember that that division line has to go under everything, not under the equals, but under the whole right side of the equation. So the a and the b and the c that go into the quadratic formula are your a and b and c that we had in the standard form of the equation. Remember that we need an equation to solve for x. We did things before where we had ax squared plus bx plus c and we were factoring, but now we need an equation to be able to actually solve. And we need to have it set equal to 0. That's very important. It needs to be equal to 0 with everything on the other side. So then once you do that, you identify your a, b, and c, substitute it into the quadratic formula, and simplify. So let's try a few. For this first one, is it already in the right form? We have everything on one side of the equation equals 0, so we're good to go there. And I'll show you each of these. There should be another one here. Here it is. So for number 2, I think let's start with number 2. This one is not all on one side, so this is a good example for us to try together. So in order to get everything on one side, I will add 2x to both sides of the equation. I'm kind of writing the 2x in the middle because it's not like terms with the negative x squared and it's not like terms with the 2. So then I'll have negative x squared plus 2x plus 2 equals 0. I did a terrible job of lining up my equals, but you should have sort of a line for your equals. And remember that this is the form that we needed in. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So now I can see that my a is negative 1, and my b is 2, and my c is 2. And you always want to look at kind of like what's in front of it. So it's actually a positive 2 and a positive 2. And that's all set equal to 0. So now I can go ahead and put these into the formula. Personally, I always sing when I do it, but I won't sing again here. So x equals the opposite of b, so negative 2. If this was already negative, it would become a positive. So negative 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. Now all of that is under the square root. So a is negative 1 and c is 2, and then it's all over 2a. It was not quite the same without singing it. All right, so negative 2 plus or minus. Now I'm going to start with my simplifying. I'm going to start by doing this part, and then I'll do everything under the square root. So that's a 4. And then I have minus, but when I multiply this, I have 4 times negative 1 times 2. So that is a negative 4 times 2, negative 8. You could also just look at this and say, oh, we have 2 negatives. We have a negative here and a negative here. So I know that this is going to turn into a positive. And then all over negative 2. Then, like I said, the next thing I will do is simplify what's under the square root. And so that will be a 12. So then I have negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 12 over negative 2. And right now, we can leave it like this. So that is the, if you want to, you can change the square root of 12. but we're not gonna make you do that. You can simplify it like that, and then you can simplify things down further also, but we're not gonna do that in this video.